Do you want to make something that's completely world famous and everybody will ask you for the recipe? Check it out. This is how to make red velvet cake. Okay, so what you're going to do first is actually oil your tins. I'm using two 20cm tins here and then lining them with baking paper or parchment paper so they don't stick. In my KitchenAid here, I'm going to mix up some butter and some sugar. You want to cream this so it goes all together. Now you want to add your eggs one at a time. So add your eggs, cream a bit more, and then add another egg. The next step is to sift your cocoa. So you want to get rid of all the lumps because that's going to make it easier to do the next step, which is making a paste from the cocoa and red food colouring. I like to use Pillbox red food colouring. It makes it the most brightest red you've ever seen. And of course, being food colouring, make sure that you don't get it on yourself because ladies, you look like you're on your Voldemorts. So 3 tablespoons of this stuff, and what you're going to do is once you've added it all in, is mix it all together and make a paste. It does take a while to make the paste, so be very careful and gentle, but it will become quite crumbly, which is what you're looking for. Make sure you get all that chocolate. And then, simply when you've got it all mixed together, add it to your mixture to cream once more. Ooh, look at that chocolate. Mix it all together and add your salt at that point. Don't add your salt prior because it will make it harder to make your paste. Then we've got some buttermilk here. We've got 1 cup of buttermilk and 1 tablespoon of vanilla. Mix that in, make sure it's mixed very, very well. And then, guess what folks? Add it to your mixture. So while your machine's going, slowly pour it in, making sure that you get all that vanilla out as well once you've mixed it in. Then the bicarb. This makes it all nice and fluffy. Now you want 1 tablespoon of vinegar, white vinegar, no more, no less. Wait for it to nicely froth and mix it all together. When you add it in, it will go a little bit grainy like that, so don't be afraid. That's what's supposed to happen. Add in your flour, plain flour here, and mix well. Once it's all mixed, you'll see it comes out like a beautiful, beautiful batter. Now you want to divide this equally in your tins, so half in one, half in the other. This took me around 30 minutes to cook, so depending on your oven, give it 20 and then check it in 5-minute intervals to make sure that it's cooked by using a skewer. If the skewer comes clean, she's cooked. If not, leave it a little bit more. Now I'm not just going to leave it there folks, because you can ice this in many different ways. You can make a chocolate ganache, or you can make the traditional, the cream cheese icing. Click over here to get that recipe right now. Okay, so to ice this bad boy, essentially what you're doing is you're getting half of the icing mixture that you've made, it's about 3 cups worth, and using this very sexy palette knife, is dumping about half of it in the center of your cake. So dump her in, that's it. Ooh, cream cheese. And then slowly working it towards the outside. And you want to use very light, slow motions in sort of a circular fashion like I'm doing here. You don't want to push down on the cake because, you know, who likes squish cake? As you can see, I'm not going all the way outside because when I put the next tier on and push down to settle it, that icing will go all the way to the edge. And then do the top. So here we go, adding a bit more. And once again, same thing. So dump it all on the top and then work it to the outside, making sure that you don't push down on the cake. And there you have it, a beautiful red velvet cake. Now you can decorate it even more, which is what I'm going to do here. So I've used some more of that icing and putting it in a piping bag, and using a floret tip is making very small little, I don't know, squidges on top of the cake. Work in a diagonal, that way that you'll get it all perfectly matching. And I also don't like to go to the outside of the cake because sometimes they tend to slide off during transportation. Now what I've got here is some red candy little hearts that I've bought off the internet. You can buy heaps of this cake decorating stuff off the net. And I'm just going to sprinkle them on top to give it a lovely red finish. And it's done. So the beautiful red velvet cake. You can make these also in cupcake form if you like. Looks spectacular. And what does it look like on the inside? Perfectly red. Thanks for watching and don't forget, subscribe.